Before booking reservations for your next vacation, check in and check out our picks for the priciest hotel rooms in America. From New York to Miami, from Hollywood to Hawaii, we've selected the best of the best. Coming up on Top 10 America's Most Expensive Hotel Rooms. A good hotel should be a home away from home. For some, that means a charming B&B. For others, a log cabin in the woods. But what do you do if your home looks like this? Where do you stay if you're used to, well, stretching out? What if you simply must have your own valet? Private massages? Or dinner parties for 20 or more? There aren't that many hotels in America that can compete with the comforts of home. If you live like a king, that is.
Welcome to the presidential suite.
But we found them. Since New York corners the market on pricey rooms, we've added criteria beyond cost to create our top 10. First, the pamper factor. Only the hotels that go the extra mile made our grade. Second, local color. Even if you're in the greatest room on earth, you'll need to leave it sometimes, and location is key. Lastly, the it factor. To make our cut, it's got to be hot and hip, where anyone who's anyone wants to be seen. So flag the bellhop. It's time to check into America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. If your house is a chic Manhattan pied-à-terre, then you'll feel right at home at New York's Carlyle Hotel, where cool jazz and the coolest cat in Manhattan beckon us inside. The classic Carlyle is number 10 on our list of America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Sure, New York has pricier rooms than the Carlyles, but how many hotels can boast a legend that does room service? Plus, a prime location on Tony Madison Avenue. Since opening in 1931, the Carlyle, with 180 spacious guest rooms and 65 residential apartments, has been home away from home for generations of the world's elite. The Plaza Hotel, a few blocks away, may be more famous, but the Carlyle's exclusive clientele is second to none.
The world meets here, it seems, and we've had potentates and royalty and high government figures.
Thanks to its proximity to chic Upper East Side galleries and Museum Mile, the Carlyle also attracts the art world's most colorful movers and shakers. The canopied entrance on 76th Street leads to a graceful lobby, where little has changed since the days when Audrey Hepburn and Jacqueline Kennedy would stop to chat. Not the Aubusson carpets, Gobelin tapestries. Even the staff is mostly the same. But perhaps the Carlyle's biggest draw is the incomparable cabaret legend, Bobby Short, an institution at the Café Carlyle where he's been performing nightly for more than 30 years.
There are no cabarets like this in the world. There's nothing like this in Paris or London or San Francisco or Chicago. It's the Café Carlyle in New York City.
After an evening of champagne and cabaret, old friends, you can retire to the hotel's most popular room.
This is one of my favorite places in the hotel, the famous Tower Suite. This is the bedroom where Princess Di applied her makeup while watching the crowds of people below on the streets of Manhattan. And now we come to my favorite part of this magnificent suite, the living room with that spectacular view of the city of New York.
While the presidential suite is more expensive, the one-bedroom, two-bathroom Tower Suite has always been the suite of choice for visiting royals and celebrities. Talk about a room with a view. For an extra 22 grand, you can enjoy the Carlyle's most extraordinary amenity.
If you're very, very, very lucky, I'll come up and even tickle the ivories for you for a while. I can't tell you how delicious it is. It's also unabashedly romantic.
Yes, a total of $25,000 gets you a 3-night stay plus an in-room performance by the great Bobby Short. A room favored by high society. A taste of old New York. The hottest fashion and art at your doorstep. And champagne with a legend. All yours for just $3,200 a night. New York's Carlisle is the tops, and it's our number 10 pick among America's most expensive hotel rooms. If a hip beachside pad is more your style, check into the Tides Hotel in South Beach, Florida. Number 9 on America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. At the turn of the century, South Beach, or Sobe as locals call it, became the new playground for the idle rich. Art Deco hotels began popping up along the oceanfront, including the Tides Hotel, erected in 1936. A decade later, South Beach suffered decline and became known as a retreat for seniors. But in the 1980s, the historic Art Deco district was lovingly restored. And by the 90s, Sobe was once again the ultimate hipster hangout. And the place to stay is the newly renovated Tides Hotel.
South Beach is one of the most amazing places on earth. The sun is always shining, the sea is always blue. It's just an amazing place. And it's got great energy.
For the perfect antidote to the heat and energy outside, step into the calming Cool Tides Hotel.
Walking into the front door of the Tides is kind of like walking into an oasis in the middle of the desert. Just kind of this calming effect with the colors, the sort of the ecru and the warm tones that they've used.
Of the Tides' 45 spacious suites, the crown jewel is the vast Terra Nova suite on the 10th floor, the highest spot on Ocean Drive.
This unit is an amazing hotel room. I think it's one of the best that I've ever seen.
The 2,000 square foot suite is decorated in soothing tones and offers 360-degree views of South Beach. For your viewing pleasure, the suite comes equipped with 2 telescopes, perfect for celestial and celebrity stargazing. In fact, the stunning backdrop makes the Terra Nova suite and its private roof deck a favorite location for photo shoots.
We have some relationships with some of the modeling agencies in town. We've done some big spreads.
For your soaking pleasure, there are Aveda products in all 3 bathrooms. The suite also has 3 TVs and a stereo system complete with a collection of CDs and speakers inside and outside on the rooftop terrace.
So you can put in a great CD and go up there at night and look at the stars or have a jacuzzi.
Or why not snuggle up in the king-sized custom-made bed, positioned for ocean views without ever leaving your pillow.
Our motto here at the Tides is "Let's make love at the Tides," because the energy of South Beach and sort of the sexual undercurrent that the town sort of provides, combined with our incredible rooms with the dramatic ocean views and our great beds, there really is no other choice.
If you want to be swept away, check into the Tides in Miami's South Beach. $3,375 a night will buy you some pretty sweet dreams. The Tides Hotel is the nines, and it's number 9 on our list of America's most expensive hotel rooms. Coming up, lobby with political power brokers or hang with Hollywood's A-list when Top 10 America's most expensive hotel rooms returns. If politics pushes your buttons, then hang your hat at Washington, D.C.'s Willard Intercontinental. 8th among America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. This crown jewel of Pennsylvania Avenue sits just 2 blocks from the White House and has been witness to much great drama in its long and glamorous history. There's been a hostelry of one kind or another on this site since 1815. Henry Willard opened the Willard in 1850. And since then, the so-called Residence of Presidents has been host to every commander-in-chief since Franklin Pierce in 1853. In fact, due to assassination threats, President-elect Abe Lincoln was smuggled into the Willard in February 1861. He wasn't able to pay his bill, a whopping $773.75, until he got his first presidential paycheck. In 1968, Martin Luther King wrote his "I Have a Dream" speech right here. President Ulysses S. Grant, while enjoying a drink at the bar, would often hear out petitioners who filled the lobby, hence the term lobbyist.
You still have a lot of deals that are done in this bar. You get a lot of the lobbyists still coming by, you get the politicians.
Tongues are probably loosened by the hotel's famous mint juleps, introduced here back in the 1800s.
It's a tradition that we make that here. And how you start out, you put like about 6 to 8 mint leaves in the bottom of the glass. Any bourbon you'd like, actually. Get a little bit of sugar. It actually isn't a sweet drink. If you don't like bourbon, you're going to have a tough time with this drink, actually. And here you go.
After a few, you can totter up to the lavish presidential suite.
The presidential suite often houses heads of state, royalty, kings and queens, prince and princesses, sheikhs.
Winning a presidential election might be easier than booking the presidential suite. It's recommended you reserve it 4 years in advance. The suite features Aubusson carpets, original artwork, French Empire and Chippendale furniture, and an oval-shaped dining room inspired naturally by that famous office at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Around this table, heads of state and important officials have met for debates, negotiations, and meetings.
The beautifully appointed master bedroom suite includes a seating area and 4-poster bed.
The highlight is a beautiful antique mirror. The antique mirror was once owned by Mary Todd Lincoln.
Perhaps the room's greatest asset is the fabulous view of the Capitol, from the White House to the Washington Monument. It's the most sought-after location for inaugural parade attendees.
With so much emphasis on, just tearing things down and starting new, it was just very nice to be able to come into something that had been existing for such a long time.
A $4,200 donation won't get you a night at the White House, but it will get you the Willard's presidential suite. For its halls of great power and rooms of great drama, the Willard Intercontinental wins 8th place in America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Up-and-coming media moguls will blend right in at the Four Seasons LA, the hippest spot in town and number 7 on America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. With a guest registry filled with Hollywood heavy hitters and an address only steps away from Rodeo Drive, the Four Seasons knocks us out with glamour and location.
This hotel has a beat. You walk into this hotel and you just feel something.
Maybe that's why the Four Seasons LA has been the movie star hangout since it opened in 1987.
It has a lot to do with the fact that we've been very respectful of our guest privacy over the years.
Don't be surprised if you find yourself doing laps with Madonna in the 4th floor pool or rub elbows with Gwyneth Paltrow in the Windows Lounge bar.
I don't know quite what we've done to create the bar, but it's become a destination for many people visiting Los Angeles.
Perhaps it's because the staff will go to almost any length to keep their A-listers happy.
One of the most difficult things I've been asked to do is find a mariachi band in 2 hours' notice.
We've made a pair of breasts for Helmut Lang out of a mum's. This is Hollywood. Hello?
I'll give you a story. Presenter at the Oscars last year got in his car to leave, decided as he was leaving that he needed his pants pressed right away. So we sent him around the block. I ran downstairs, got him pressed. By the time he got back in, we got his pants pressed, and he got to the Oscars on time.
Yeah, we got a lot of rock bands in, and they have definitely a lot of different costumes and paraphernalia.
I had 3 celebrities on the same floor. All 3 of these particular individuals did not want anybody to see them, and I had them on the floor for a week, and none of them saw each other.
Well, it can be touchy sometimes. You just kind of have to prioritize.
Rising above a palm-lined street, the 16-story hotel is surrounded by lush gardens and a treasure trove of artwork, including sculptures by J. Stewart Johnston.
I've seen many guests approach the figure reading a newspaper on the bench and try to strike up conversation, only to be severely disappointed when they find that it's a sculpture.
The spacious presidential suite will seem just as unreal.
This suite that you see around you has attracted heads of state, it's attracted major rock stars, major business figures.
The 2,220 square foot suite offers magnificent views of LA. There's a dining area with a butler's pantry, as well as 2 bedrooms with king-sized custom-made beds stuffed with over 17 pounds of cotton on each side, and 2 bathrooms with custom-made Bulgari bath products. Between an attentive staff and more stars than a night sky, the Four Seasons Los Angeles is well worth the $4,300 a night price tag. The Four Seasons Los Angeles steals the show at number 7 on America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Coming up, commune with the ghosts of Hollywood past when Top 10 America's Most Expensive Hotel Rooms returns. Before there was Beverly Hills, there was the Beverly Hills Hotel. Shamelessly flamboyant and glamorous, the Pink Palace is Hollywood past and present come alive. That's why California's classic Beverly Hills Hotel ranks 6th among America's most expensive hotel rooms. Here, everybody's treated like a movie star.
Hello, welcome to Beverly Hills Hotel. Good afternoon.
And few hotels in the world can compete with its guest list of Hollywood legends. It's also located on 12 beautiful acres in the world's most coveted zip code, 90210. When the Pink Palace opened, LA was nothing more than a Wild West town.
When it was first built, it was really in the middle of nowhere. There wasn't much here, and the town of Beverly Hills grew up around the hotel. When the hotel first opened in 1912, the address was halfway between Los Angeles and the sea.
Then a new industry came to town that would change this hotel's history forever: motion pictures.
Shortly thereafter, the movie community came to Beverly Hills, and Douglas Fairbanks, Mary Pickford set up residence at Pick Fair, and many actors followed.
In no time, the Beverly Hills Hotel became their hangout. Movie legends like Rudy Valentino, Charlie Chaplin, and Marlene Dietrich schmoozed here. Marilyn Monroe had a bungalow redecorated to her tastes. Even royalty like Princess Grace and Prince Rainier frolicked in the pool. In the early 90s, the hotel was restored to its former 1940s Art Deco glamour, including the famous robe-wearing cement monkeys at the front door and the banana palm printed wallpaper. Today, the pool, where starlets once paid to have themselves paged, is still a prime location to see and be seen. And the legendary Polo Lounge is still a favorite breakfast spot and watering hole for Hollywood dealmakers, especially the famous booths 1, 2, and 3, where everyone wants to be seen. If you don't want to be seen, instead of staying in the hotel, hide out in one of the 21 bungalows.
Many of the celebrities have stayed here for extended periods of time. They love the bungalows.
Hidden behind lush vegetation on winding walkways, the one-of-a-kind bungalows have hosted some of Hollywood's hottest scandals and love affairs. The most famous bungalow is number 5, the Presidential Bungalow.
The Presidential Bungalow is a wonderful retreat, and many celebrities have stayed here. Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, royalty, movie producers, the who's who list in many of the industries.
The largest bungalow, Presidential Bungalow, has its own private entrance, a living room, dining room, wood-burning fireplace, and 4 bedrooms. There's a jacuzzi in the master bathroom with double vanity sinks, Grecian marble. Best of all, the presidential bungalow is the only one with a private lap pool, which was built at the request of a frequent guest.
We will do anything and everything for our guests. We never say no.
Which is why the Beverly Hills Hotel continues to be Hollywood's hotel of choice.
The Beverly Hills Hotel continues to host the who's who in Hollywood.
Who all have no problems coughing up the $4,700 a night price tag. If only the walls could talk. For location, Hollywood magic, and the stuff of dreams, the Beverly Hills Hotel rates a number 6 in our top 10 list of America's most expensive hotel rooms. So far, we visited at number 10, New York's Carlisle Hotel. At number 9, Miami's Tides Hotel. Number 8, the Willard in Washington, D.C. Number 7, the Four Seasons Los Angeles. And at number 6, the Beverly Hills Hotel. If you're used to calling a tranquil seaside villa home, then Bacara Resort and Spa in Santa Barbara is the place for you. And it's number 5 on America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Even if you've got it all, sometimes you've got to get away from it all. And the place stressed out stars go to relax is Bacara Spa and Resort, just a 3-hour limo ride from LA. Combining Spanish warmth with California dreaming, Bacara boasts all the glamour of old Hollywood, plus a breathtaking location. This resort on the central California coast is nestled between the Santa Ynez Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. From the moment a guest enters the lobby, with its vaulted ceiling and arched windows, the pampering begins.
Welcome to Bacara Resort and Spa. My name is Jacques Villeneuve. I'm the resort manager, and today I'll be taking you on a tour of our beautiful village.
Your tour begins in the majestic lobby, with its intimate seating areas and massive wood-burning fireplaces. Then have a celebratory cocktail in the Bacara Bar, which boasts an extensive collection of fine wines, cordials, and spirits, or in the expansive Ocean Terrace. Then take a tour of the resort's 78 beachfront acres in a golf cart, the best way to get around.
The resort is a whole entire village with 24 buildings. You can see a feeling of almost a European feeling when you look into the courtyard.
Opened in September 2000, it's already become a favorite site for weddings.
We've had several celebrity weddings just about every weekend.
Nervous brides can get a grip in the resort's expansive spa. You can also take a dive into one of 2 swimming pools or take a dip into a sun-drenched 2-mile stretch of Pacific.
We're standing right here, right in front of the presidential residence. Well, as you can see, we're right on the Pacific Ocean. It's a wonderful, beautiful residence. You can hear the birds, you can hear the waves.
Set up your nest in the 3,500 square foot presidential residence, the room of choice for Hollywood elite. The living room features a high-tech sound system and a large flat-screen TV. But who needs that when there are panoramic views from the 2 oversized terraces?
Now we are to the balcony, which again oversees the Pacific Ocean. You're right on the wave. You can feel your feet almost on the sand. It's a wonderful area where you can enjoy champagne and see what good life is all about in America.
There are 4 working fireplaces to ward off the evening chill, and plush king-sized beds in the 2 bedrooms, each with custom marble bathrooms.
The foam is already there. We're ready to take a bath. The candles are burning. We're ready for our next VIP guest.
A small sitting area upstairs leads onto the 2nd-level patio, which has grand seating for 10 and a large outdoor fireplace. A great spot for a massage.
We get requests quite often to go into the rooms and not only do the body treatments, but also massage. This is a very popular spot for the celebrities. We're not that far from LA, but it feels like we're in a totally different world.
You feel like $1 million here when you're on top of this balcony. It's really incredible.
And this incredible suite will cost you just $5,000 a night. Fresh air, bare skin, blue sea, wide skies. Bacara Resort and Spa, number 5 on our top 10 most expensive hotel rooms in America. Coming up, whether you want country living or a tropical hideaway, we have the place for you. Next on Top 10 America's Most Expensive Hotel Rooms. Are you to the manor born? Then check out and check into the Greenbrier Inn of White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. A stately number 4 in our list of America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. The Greenbrier sprawls across some 6,000 green acres in the Allegheny Mountains. It's an idyllic getaway.
You know, we are in a sort of secluded location, which I think has made it sort of an American resort. Its history has always been very American, and I think a big part of that is how it fits right in with the chronology of the U.S.
Just 250 miles southwest of Washington, D.C., Greenbrier has long been a favorite escape for most American presidents. They've perfected their golf game, then dined and danced the night away for over a century. In 1778, simple cottages began springing up around the area's curative Sulphur Springs. 80 years later, the Greenbrier had developed into a popular resort for the upper crust. A glittering world of garden parties, croquet on the lawn, and gala balls with a guest list of the highest of high society. From the Duke and Duchess of Windsor to Princess Grace and Prince Rainier. In between, Greenbrier also served its patriotic duty as a military hospital during the Civil War and a 200-bed infirmary during World War II.
I always think some of the famous people are all those soldiers who came here in World War II.
Thanks to its proximity to Washington, D.C., the Greenbrier was also the site of an underground government relocation facility during the Cold War. Codenamed Project Greek Island, the bunker was designed to house members of Congress in the event of a nuclear strike on the U.S. Capitol.
Should Washington, D.C. ever have become uninhabitable, the Greenbrier would have become the capital.
These days, most of the action takes place on the greens of the Greenbrier's 3 18-hole championship golf courses. You can also go whitewater rafting, take a ride in a Land Rover, or perfect your falconry. Yes, the ancient sport of kings is taught at the place also known as America's country home. When it's time to put your feet up, retire to the presidential suite. Occupying 2 floors of one wing, the suite includes a library, a spacious living room that opens onto a large private patio, and 7 bedrooms. Every U.S. pres since Eisenhower has slept here in the master bedroom. The elegant dining room looks its best when set for a Greenbrier gold service dinner.
You're greeted with a 24-karat gold plate, up to 5 goblets. And then the meal will proceed through 7 courses.
Beyond the fantastic meals, the great outdoors, and amenities galore, a stay at the Greenbrier is a truly profound experience. And a costly one at $6,258 a night.
I think a big part of why we think of this as such an American resort is it kind of parallels American history. You know, we start out, 2 years after the Declaration of Independence, and Civil War, Second World War, and got sort of in this one place, this timeline that follows the warp and woof of American history.
For its integral place in American history and the splendor of its location, the Greenbrier rates a regal number 4 on America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. A glorious villa opening onto one of the world's greatest beaches. A private pool overlooking windswept bluffs. Complete privacy and 24-hour service. Welcome to the Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel on Hawaii's Big Island. On America's Top 10 Most Expensive Hotel Rooms, it surfs in at number 3. If you want unparalleled beachfront luxury and can afford the hefty price tag, it's tough to find a better place to indulge. Hapuna, or the spring that gives forth life, was named for the freshwater spring flowing through lava tubes into the ocean in front of the Hapuna Suite.
As you snorkel out there, you will see water, fresh water coming up through the bottom of the sand, and it's a little cooler.
In the 1800s, Hawaiian royalty came here to bathe, and the site was considered royal ground.
It is a very spiritual place. King Kamehameha the first was raised only 10, 15 miles from here. He was the king that united all of the islands of Hawaii. So this ground that we built the Hapuna Suite on is royal ground. It's a place of sacredness.
Opened in 1965, Mauna Kea was the first luxury resort built on the island, and in 1994, the Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel opened as a complement to the resort.
The Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel believes in the aloha spirit.
That royal aloha spirit really sweeps you away as every one of the 350 guest rooms overlook the hotel's breathtaking expanse of beach.
When you arrive at the Hapuna Suite, you arrive in a stretch limousine, and your staff is awaiting you. The doors open, and the most common statement I hear is, "Wow."
You'll gasp too when you enter the deluxe 2-story, 8,000 square foot villa, furnished at a cost of $1 million plus. You'll find 3 bedrooms, each with private terraces and bath, a study, a gourmet kitchen, an elegant dining room, and a living room with teak-framed floor-to-ceiling windows open to vistas of white sand and blue sea.
Our guests come down in the morning, all of the doors are opened up. There's a breeze wafting through the air. We have baked fresh bread in the kitchen and brewed fresh Kona coffee.
From your private azure pool, surrounded by a stone patio, enjoy nightly hors d'oeuvres or an intimate dinner for 2. Now this kind of luxury comes at a price of $7 grand a night.
It's spectacular, absolutely spectacular. The sunsets here are incredible, and it's all viewable right from the Hapuna Suite. You never have to leave.
And you'll probably never want to leave. That's why we ranked the Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel a royal 3 in America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Imagine yourself gliding gently along the Grand Canal, serenaded by a gondolier. But wait, what's that? The sound of slots? You're not in Venice, you're in Vegas. Yes, the Venetian Resort Hotel Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada is number 2 in America's top 10 most expensive hotel rooms. Welcome to Sin City, the capital of self-indulgence. You name it, the Venetians got it. Non-stop action, shows, shopping, food, celebrity guests, and round-the-clock high-roller pampering. In 1931, Nevada legalized gambling. By the 80s, the era of mega resorts was in full swing, and now the city is home to 9 of the 10 largest hotels in the world. One of those is the Venetian. It's got more than 3,000 suites and boasts the world's largest standard rooms at 700 square feet.
The Venetian stands on the site of the former Sands Hotel Casino, the legendary home of the Rat Pack.
Sinatra and cronies would be just as at home at the $1.5 billion luxury resort inspired by Italy's most romantic city.
We created a uniqueness that no other hotel has. It's a world of fantasy.
No detail was overlooked in recreating the Renaissance Venetian style. The entrance has a 65-foot domed ceiling, plus reproductions of famous frescoes and 24-karat gold molding. Of course, beneath the replicated facade of the Doja Palace, you can risk it all at one of 120 gaming tables in the immense casino, or at any of the 2,200 state-of-the-art video and interactive slots. Hit the jackpot? Then check into the palatial 6,000-square-foot presidential suite.
It was designed primarily for that, one time that a president may come. In the meantime, presidential suites in Las Vegas are used for high rollers.
You'll need a pretty good hand to score this suite.
As you walk into the presidential suite, to your right here, you have a game room, pool table, bar, TVs. To the other side, right opposite in the foyer there, we have a media room with 8 lazy boy chairs, with a media center, with a big screen TV.
The bathroom off the master bedroom has a dry sauna and a steam room as well as a small gym, so you can work off the meals served in the formal dining area. The living area features a baby grand.
As you can see, we have a baby grand piano via a floppy disk, so you have music to your ears whenever you desire.
While you're being serenaded, soak in the commanding views.
Their view is second to none. It's facing north of Las Vegas Strip, so it's incredible.
For a mere $15,000 a night, all this can be yours. So treat yourself to the high-flying lifestyle of a high roller at the Venetian. Number 2 on our countdown of the top 10 most expensive hotel rooms in the USA. Coming up, our indisputable number 1 pick for the country's most expensive hotel room when Top 10 America's Most Expensive Hotel Rooms returns. Let's recap where we've been so far. Number 10, the Carlisle Hotel. Number 9, the Tides. Number 8, the Willard. Number 7, the Four Seasons LA. Number 6, the Beverly Hills Hotel. Number 5, Baccarat Spa and Resort. Number 4, the Greenbrier. Number 3, Hapuna Beach Prince Hotel. Number 2, the Venetian. And now, our number 1 choice for the most expensive hotel room in America. Its name is legendary. For nearly a century, it has dwelled in a class by itself, playing host to the wealthiest, most powerful, most famous people in the world. It is a constant in an ever-changing city. The Plaza Hotel is New York, and it is home to our number 1 choice for the most expensive hotel room in all of America. When it was built, the Plaza set the standard for glamour and grandeur, a standard that hasn't budged for almost 100 years. It stands at the crossroads of the world's Main Street, Fifth Avenue, and the world's most famous city green, Central Park.
Certainly our location is something fantastic, overlooking both Fifth Avenue as well as Central Park. It's one of the most magnificent locations in all of New York. And the style of the hotel, being so architecturally elegant in its French chateau style, was really a brilliant move by the folks at the time.
Originally an ice skating rink, the 19-story French chateau building was erected on what would become one of the most expensive plots in New York City. The completed hotel cost an unprecedented $12.5 million and opened its doors on October 1st, 1907, amid a flurry of reports calling it the greatest hotel in history. The very first guest to sign the register was millionaire Alfred Gwynne Vanderbilt, setting the standard for the kind of people who would frequently frequent the Plaza.
Well, the hotel is privileged, of course, to have a very select clientele, and that includes kings and queens, heads of state from all over, presidents, certainly celebrities of stage and screen.
And I think that the things that have gone on at the Plaza over the years have only embellished its reputation.
The first scandal was caused by a Mrs. Patrick when she lit a cigarette in the tea room. Back then, women weren't allowed to smoke in public. Author F. Scott Fitzgerald, a regular guest, often wrote about the plaza in his novels.
We had Marilyn Monroe here for a press conference. Miss Monroe, to generate just a little extra publicity, broke a shoulder strap on her dress, accidentally on purpose, caused quite a commotion.
The Grand Ballroom became the scene of debutante balls, extravagant parties, and society weddings. Patricia Kennedy and Peter Lawford married here. And more recently, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas. The Plaza has also starred in countless films like North by Northwest, Plaza Suite, and Home Alone. The Plaza has changed hands several times, but through it all, the Plaza's most famous guest, the fictitious Eloise, has run riot through halls that have changed little since the early 1900s. The Plaza's sparkling reputation is well earned. So just imagine what the presidential suite is like.
The presidential suite for us represents the pinnacle of all the suites that we have.
It occupies 2 floors and is more than 7,800 square feet in size, a small mansion. There are 5 bedrooms, 2 living rooms, a dining room, 5 bathrooms, and 3 marble fireplaces.
The suite is absolutely fully appointed with everything you can imagine, including service staff, a dedicated butler. Certainly room service is available 24 hours. We'll provide a chef to work in the kitchen on a full-time basis if that's what the guest requires. The concierge is dedicated to the occupants of the suite. So really everything is at your beck and call.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy this entire splendor above the grass. Gilded ceilings, glistening chandeliers, and an antique piano.
I think people choose us and other historic hotels around the country because they want to experience what the grandeur was like in the turn of the century. And with that comes a certain expectation and a certain feeling that you really are in some place that has transcended decades of history. It's the kind of place that provides memories for so many people, and not just New Yorkers, but all around the world. So we sense that obligation. We feel that we should remain as an icon to what the grandeur of the past was like.
Like the Venetian, the presidential suite at the Plaza is a kingly $15,000 a night. But the Plaza breaks the tie with its long, rich history. For its dramatic location, its legendary status, and unrivaled standard of service, and an it factor that blows away the competition, the Plaza Hotel is our champion, a most deserving #1. From New York to Miami, from Hollywood to Hawaii, from luxury resorts to legendary hotels. And since there's nothing quite like staying in one of the greatest hotel rooms in the country, we've picked the best of the most expensive hotel rooms in America. The Top 10. Now all you've got to do is get packing, because it's time to check in.